We got an announcement. The dry week's coming up really quick. What do we got here?
That's right. It's starting, actually, for the life of me, I can't remember which date it is.
Oh.
I know it's still technically February.
Well, I've done my job.
Yeah. 26th.
Okay.
February 26th at noon through March 5th at noon.
Great.
That's Friday to Friday. It's a dry week. Now, we do dry week 3 or 4 times a year. For what reason?
We take an intentional break from consuming alcohol just to make sure there's no issues sneaking up on us there. Also, practically speaking, it's an excellent way to reset the palate. So obviously, this is like an optional thing. Yeah. Optional thing, but we invite everybody in the community to come join us for dry week, and we're going to hang out with a bit of extra time we have, spending a little bit more time in the community. Platforms there, and yeah. What are you going to drink on the dry week there?
I always drink tea. Should I mix it up this time?
Just switch it up. You should learn how to like smoothies.
Oh, God.
It's very embarrassing.
That is not going to happen.
It's very embarrassing having a friend that doesn't like smoothies.
No.
It's very embarrassing.
For you.
And people like,
every time you go to Juice King, they're like, oh, you're the guy who knows. And you're like, yeah. Welcome to Rare Whiskey Friday.
Ah!
Right?
Wait.
Do you think either of us can pull it off at this point?
If I can't remember how to turn my shower on?
Yeah, we're going to go through and sample a few whiskeys. Some of them are... Oh, damn it.
We're going to go
Some of them are large brands. More often than not,
yeah,
they are small brands without a large amount of distribution. If you should be so lucky as to live in an area where you can get your hands on this bottle, you're welcome for the review, and thank you to the magnificent bastard who sent it in. I stumbled on the big brand thing. That's pretty good though, right?
That's pretty good.
This is from magnificent bastard Nick Doyle.
Nick Doyle, you magnificent bastard.
Nick Doyle.
Palmetto. Is this
this is South Carolina, right?
My wife is from South Carolina.
So, he did a typewritten note from a library typewriter.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, nice. Anyway, he said he hasn't tasted his yet. He's waiting until this gets reviewed, which probably means it's been about 6 months. Sorry, man. I hope you opened your bottle in the meantime.
Don't wait on us.
Yeah. I finally got started on inventorying the waiting list.
Yeah.
By the way, the week before last week.
Sure.
Em and I worked on it for like 2 hours, and we got through only 2 shelves.
Because you're slow.
No, because there's so many.
You want me to teach you how to do crack-a-lackin'?
Yeah.
A little zip bam boom.
You're gonna teach me how to spreadsheet better.
Little bobbity boop.
That's what you're gonna teach me how to spreadsheet better.
You gotta throw more zazz at it.
Oh, that's what it is.
Just throw the
a
zazz.
little more pizzazz.
Not pizzazz.
Like, what was the
zazz?
What was the chef who was always bam?
Emerald Lagasse.
Yeah. Just got a bam. Just put a little bam in it. These guys are resurrecting an old school brand.
Okay.
And
wow.
That's weird. It's not even called bourbon. It's called whiskey.
Okay.
44.65, 21% rye.
Is there neutral spirit in here too?
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't call it.
Because I get quite a prominent vanilla note.
In theory, there's 4 grains in here. Wheat, barley, corn, rye.
And it doesn't smell
less than 2 years old.
Super aged. And here's the thing. For me to get a bit of an ethanol ding on the nose.
Yeah.
And it only being 44.65%. So about 45% alcohol, but you still are able to find that ethanol ding. That leads me to believe that there probably is a bit of youngness in here.
Or it was distilled high.
Or there's some neutral spirit maybe.
Or maybe it's not entirely theirs.
But the vanilla note, it's a very common vanilla note, and I like that vanilla note. A lot of people like that.
There's a slight sour tinge on the back of the nose after the metallic vanilla note. You know what I mean? Sour might be the wrong word, but it's like a J hook of something. Like shink.
Wang? Is it leaning to the left? A little J hook to the right?
It's very pretty. I mean, these guys are over by what, Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, it's a very simple whiskey. It's like a sweet vanilla, and then what is that?
No, they're not by Myrtle Beach. They're
What is that? It's South Carolina somewhere. What is the Wang though?
Anderson, South
Are you
Carolina.
getting the Wang?
Yeah, but I can't figure out what it is. It's tangy.
Wangy. Some Wang. Is it? You know what it is? I think it's a really sweet, common vanilla that is diluted by the ethanol is more present than you would expect, and there's a tiny bit. I think the Wang is a tiny bit of like the nail polish quality.
Why?
Nail polish
Where's
quality.
the nail polish quality coming from?
Well, maybe high in the cuts, and then on the nose, very slight rubbery quality.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not rubbery. Bam. I'll know exactly what that is. The Wang is a tiny bit of the latex.
Yeah.
Latex glove.
Yeah, right out of the package when you pop and it's poof, little dust comes off the.
Yeah, but it's a
way your
simple,
hands
nice, familiar vanilla note. But then it's mixed in with stuff that's like, it's young.
I'm
you
not
got
really a
this
fan.
latex thing, and I'm getting too much ethanol than I would expect at that low of a proof.
Yeah. All right, this next one is from, well, let me read his note first, and then we can bastard him in.
Yeah,
He gave us.
before I go back to it, I'm acclimating to the vanilla, and I'm just finding like the wangy bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel and Rexmond.
I'm so fancy.
I'm super happy y'all enjoyed the 4 grain and the rye from these guys, which we did blinking out. What I've sent you is 2-year weeded bourbon.
Thanks.
I wrote my given name and my former name on it, DILMOND, Almendral. Remember? Because you said DILMOND by accident. And he said, I shall henceforth be known as king-sized DILMOND.
King-size DILMOND, you magnificent
Bastard!
He said, as for X, why you gotta do me like that, homie? Honestly, I expected y'all to lay, just trash my last name, but I was surprised that you messed up on Dylan.
swinging around that king-size DILMOND.
Yeah.
That ain't fun-sized.
Yeah, so I don't entirely remember what we liked.
King-size DILMOND.
Blanking Owl is Santa Ana, California.
Okay.
And I don't remember whether we liked them or not, but stoked to try a 2-year-old weeded bourbon from California.
So what makes a bourbon a weeded bourbon?
It's a wheat instead of rye for the secondary mash bill ingredient.
Ooh. So rich. It's a very, very concentrated nose.
Yeah, and that cherry note is in there surprisingly, even for a weeded. It's way back there.
45% ABV.
Oh, it smells way more dense than that.
It really does. It really does. That nose, I would be like 50 plus ABV.
Oh, it drinks really simple, but it drinks pretty. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to struggle with. There's no faults. There's no weird outliers. There's just this center core flavor.
No, I'm finding a few layers there.
Well, no, there's layers, but this is a center thread.
Okay.
This doesn't spread and spike and grow.
Yeah.
It's just.
So you get like a few layers that just kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pick apart what's going on here because I like the layers that are there. I do. And for 2 years, that's a nice development of flavors.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not new makey.
That's just a really drinkable bourbon. There's the little bit of a dry wood zing note after the 3rd or 4th sip.
Got like an oat quality, like a honey oat quality.
Yeah.
On there, honey oat, and then
Trippy. Remember, first impressions.
honey oat. Look,
Ready, go!
But still, that does mean beyond. That's a really drinkable bourbon.
No, I said several things
Moving on.
way before that.
You said nothing. You said nothing. I gave the only viable note. It's a honey oat.
Honey oat.
Yeah. And then you were off gallivanting around.
As I do. I'm a gallivanter.
And then going back, I'm acclimating to the flavors already, and
They
it
sort of
becomes kind of
disappear.
Yeah, it's just squished down into one thing.
All right, these two are both a gift from Magnificent Bastard Kevin Osborne.
Kevin Osborne, you magnificent.
Bastard!
So these are 1233 Distillery, which is Myrtle Beach, Little River, South Carolina.
We're still in South Carolina.
Right, yeah, we got several South Carolinas from different people.
Oh.
All in the same space of time.
I've been to the Myrtle Beach several times. The
Myrtle Beach.
first,
What's Myrtle Beach like?
it's like the Redneck Riviera.
Wait. So how does it compare to like my Redneck Riviera is like Florida beaches?
Okay.
But mostly in the Gulf of Mexico.
So more lifted trucks,
Okay.
right?
Then what's the Florida Panhandle P? That's a great beach, actually. A really great beach. That's where Sexton lives.
I don't know what to say.
Anyway.
Anyway, a lot more lifted trucks, tons of golf courses. Oh my God.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Because, yes.
Yeah.
Because South Carolina and Georgia and, yes. Okay.
Tons of golf courses. And then I think the first date me and my wife went on whenever we were
Dating in real life.
young.
Yeah.
That was in Myrtle Beach.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you want to try the Big Six Bourbon or the Restitution Rye first?
You know what? Let's do the bourbon. Let's do the bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
What do they call it?
I don't know. I couldn't find out anything about this.
Sounds like they're rocking a hard medium too.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Nothing surprising on that note.
the Big Six is the reference to the engine of a bootlegger car.
Oh, yeah.
Straight six or a Big Six.
I think the origins of NASCAR, if I remember correctly, origins of NASCAR, basically how to soup up the car so bootleggers can outrun the cops.
Right.
Yeah.
So straight six, and they also put the ratification that repealed prohibition on their bottles.
Oh,
So
there
they're
you
going
go.
for all the classic
okay.
things. 4 grain,
Yeah.
2 years.
This is. I'm not finding weird, unexpected flavors on here.
No, it's a little perfumey, but it's mild.
It's, a little perfumey.
If I described it as anything, it would be mild.
Honey.
Not simple.
Honey and some oakiness.
Just soft, like a oat honey.
This is not going to be a high
Nature
proof.
Valley.
Not a high proof. What are we at? 45%?
This is a Nature Valley honey.
Oh, yeah.
Oat honey.
Oh, yeah. Little,
The green ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, a little bit of a tea.
Oh. And it actually tastes really nice. I like that. It's got that grainy granola quality with the honey layer threaded through it. It's more bready on the taste.
I do like the taste more than the nose.
Me too.
But it still finishes thin.
Yeah, it does finish thin.
Yeah.
But it finishes actually more like a honey biscuit for me.
Okay.
Like there's a bread note in there that's kind of surprising.
Definitely.
See what I mean?
I think the front leading flavor for us
Ooh.
is a honey. And then I still find that tea in there.
I almost got a buttered corn on the cob note there at the end. That was weird.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, look, South Carolina. I got people there. My wife is from there. You need to stop with the boiled peanuts.
Oh, come on. Boiled peanuts are great.
No, this isn't a thing.
You buy them on a stand on the side of the road,
This is.
and they're great.
It tastes like you boiled the stand from the side of the road.
Then you got bad ones, because when you get enough salt and good flavoring on
And
them.
here's the most annoying thing. You go with native South Carolinians. You say, okay, this boiled peanuts, it's all boiled cardboard. It's what it is. It's boiled cardboard.
Cardboard.
Take me to the right place. The best. I don't care the fanciness of the restaurant, how far we have to travel. You take me there. It's just wet boiled cardboard. It's not good. Oh, thumbs down the video. I don't care. It's not good. And your barbecue?
The entire
What
yeah.
the hell?
No, here's the thing.
We got vinegar in our barbecue.
70% sauce. That's the definition of South Carolina barbecue.
Like, barbecue is a cuisine. You can't put vinegar and mustard and shredded pork and call it barbecue. Go home.
Yeah.
Go home. Thumbs it. I don't care. Thumb it down. Whatever.
I'm on board with that one. Yeah. All right, let's move to the rye. After we just shit all over in all of South
realize I'm
Carolina.
gonna have like my wife.
You
My
know-
wife's friends and her
Oh, yeah.
cousins like emailing and calling. He's like, "You are such an ass." That is.
Yeah.
Or of course with the redneck accent.
My dad lived there for a year. Aiken, South
Yeah,
Carolina.
that's right. Yeah. He was doing wet work for the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the next one here?
Yeah, this is rye. And there's nothing they say. All they say is there are 3 grains in our rye. Well, it's like, well,
Is rye one?
yeah, rye, corn, and barley. I mean, it's not rare. That's not surprising.
I like the nose though. I like it More than the bourbon.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
What is that though? It's sweet.
Once again, perfumey, but this is more perfumey.
Yeah.
More dense than the bourbon. Is this also 45? It smells more present than... This one's also 45.
This one has brown sugar in it, which I've never found a dominant brown sugar note in a rye. But there's brown sugar in this rye.
That's my sound of...
Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, you might be right there. Rye.
Nailed it.
I was trying for the weirdest buy I could come up with, and that was what popped into my head.
Yeah.
Urkel.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. It's sweeter than I would ever normally pick, but for a rye,
Yeah.
well, here's one weird thing. I'm not finding any rye herbal, any rye baking spice, any rye eucalyptus, any rye black pepper.
Black licorice.
This does not have anything that I would associate with rye.
Yeah. So I like it better than the bourbon.
Yeah, me too.
And I agree that this is not, traditional rye notes. And let's once again acknowledge the fact that MGP rye has become so dominant that whenever you say traditional rye notes, those are usually the notes that you're referring to.
Yeah, but I'm even with Wiggle or Monongahela or even with Kentucky's Old Overholt.
We've had
which
some,
was Pennsylvania.
We've had some conversations with distillers though, who have expressed frustration. I think Heather Green and maybe Jared had weighed in on this. That the category of rye, it's a little frustrating because it's not that popular.
Right.
Because it's not popular, it's hard to justify putting a lot of time and energy in the development of rye bottlings.
Right.
Because people aren't, they're not going to grab it off the shelf like they will bourbon or something.
Or single malt.
Yeah. But that being said, those that make whiskey understand that the potential flavor spectrum of rye.
Yeah, even just the varieties of rye grain.
Yeah.
Change things like heirloom corn does.
So I think if you're a whiskey explorer and you want to see what's possible across the whiskey categories, I think rye is probably one of the most underrated areas of exploration.
Which is
just
ironic.
because there's so much potential for the flavor spectrum, because you have other categories that are more narrow. But this, you can have such variation.
Ironically, it's been exploding in popularity for the last 10 years.
Why is it?
But it's still
but again,
so far back.
Yes. It has so far beyond what was already very popular with a lot of momentum that even though it's exploding in popularity, it's still
not caught up.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I even said a specific flavor on the rye there. Yeah,
I did. It's still the same thing that I was getting, this brown sugar, sweet grain. And then there's a little bit of if you wanted to nod towards the rye grain baking spice, it's in the finish. And it's really, really subtle.
I get like another honey granola type of deal in here.
Yeah.
And it feels like these flavors are melted together.
Yeah.
Almost like a whiskey flavor.
Yeah. You get the visual of those candles in a cheap Italian restaurant where they put them and they just kind of...
Yeah. But it's good.
Yeah.
Here's defining stealing and drink.
If you fight me, a fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal your liver's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.